Guess what genius forgot to resize the window? Yeah, you're looking at him. I was like, oh, I managed to remember to actually change the title. I must be a gosh darn genius. Meanwhile, I fully forget to resize the goddamn gameplay window so that it actually looks decent. I knew that was not what I was supposed to do. Now I have to move this, and I have to move this, and I have to move this. There we go. Wait. There we go, almost. Oh, this always takes like 5 seconds. It's so annoying every time. I'm sure there's some way to get it to work right every time. However, I am dumb of ass and will not learn. Because as soon as I get something even mildly working, I'm like, okay, cool. Now to never figure out how to do this more efficiently in my entire life. I'm just at my piglin bartering system, which isn't much, but it works. You can see that it's very uneven because I had not actually like gone through everything before re-adding more gold to the system, but I just had excess gold and didn't want to bother trying to store it somewhere, so we're going to definitely not complete. But I have plans for the creation of what is known as the emo barn, where I plan to store the skeleton horses, as you do. Here's where that goes. Can I fit these anywhere? Kind of. I used some of my firework rockets just mostly to show off, hanging around with one of my friends on their birthday on the server, so. But yeah, we're back at it again, being a degenerate listening to goddamn Danganronpa remixes. I haven't touched anything in my inventory or gotten online since I was last on, so I'll have to... Do I have... Yeah. I could use poison arrows, but those are much easier. Poison doesn't work on goddamn... Poison just doesn't work on undead mobs, and then if I use harming, it'll heal undead mobs. So, like, I can't effectively use things aside from things like slowness. And I could use something like slow fall, because that would be funny, but I don't know. And then I had a ton of weakness arrows at one point, but then my villager for it just kind of disappears, because that just happens sometimes. And we just have to live with it. I should go here and then grab some logs to refill, and then refill on apples and carrots, and I want to fix up this. Oh, I'm sure it's also fixing my armor. Should fix up my tools. Because while I tend to murder things to ensure my tools stay up, because I really dislike having to like go and purposely repair tools. Like, it's one of the most like menial tasks. Like, I could be doing anything else, literally. I'll just passively regenerate my tools. Thanks. Oh yeah, I have one of my farmers up here. He just lives here now. Yeah, the fact that I remember where everything is kind of insane of me. Oh, I didn't realize I had another extra chest for scaffolding. Wow. I'm gonna grab some of this because I'll need it. I have a plan for the creation of what I am referring to as the emo barn. which kind of, I don't have, yeah, all of my dark oak is not here. I might have to farm for more. But I'm currently, oh, fair. That's fine. It's going to be near where I have the fox sanctuary completed now, which I should fix it. I'll probably do that sometime off stream because it's just fixing up a barn, or not a barn, oh no, you're free. Oh my god, I don't know why I did that. Where is it? Do I have any leads? Okay. Hello, darling baby angel. You do not need to be here. Did you find a chicken or something? Is this it? Yeah, my fox sanctuary is done. Foxanne and Frederick, however, are both very willful, whereas the rest of them will actually just chill because they're my buddies. There you go. Idiot child. They're all just idiot children that I have to care for. But my custom tree went well, actually. It actually worked out. And I made a little path right here and everything. And then this shit happens. I didn't even notice that a fucking creeper had blown up because I had been too busy ranting or whatever and not paying attention to what was happening. And then they're like, yeah, that happened. We all heard it, but you didn't, I guess, because you were playing with your cat and ranting. And I was like, oh. And that's just how it is sometimes. But they're also sleepy and such sweet little babies. And they sleep under and on the tree, and it's the cutest thing ever. But yeah. Foxanne's a wily one. I don't even know why Foxanne's... Balder? Sir, what chickens are you looking for or something? It's literally the, like, they're all, like, my leash kids. What? Why are you sitting? Are you tired? Are you tired now that you've run away? I'm just, like, I'm the person in the airport with all the leash kids. Foxanne! Foxanne! This is what happens when I take them off the leash. They're just like, well, I now have free will and this is your problem. Go away. Be free, you idiot children. Very cute, but I swear the second someone visits it and they don't realize. Oh yeah, that would be a good plan. Unfortunately, I did not do that. Where am I? There. That didn't work. Here, have your berries, you idiot children. Where is... I'm gonna need dark oak. I have a plan now. I came up with an idea while I was, like, thinking about starting stream. And thus I now have a plan for what I will do for my emo barn. Which is where I shall store all the skeletal horses I'm collecting because there are just some of them just around. They just kind of appear and stay there. And I was thinking of doing it here, but the idea I have now kind of requires me to push back more terrain than that. So I don't know if I might do it here. I still think it might not be enough. So I'm thinking of flattening some terrain over here. Like here, where this hill is. Flatten it a bit, adjust the path because who needs a path here anyway? No one is over here anyway. And the path doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't even go to the, like, prime path we have. So I might as well, like, break in here, break the earth as you do, and just even out the terrain. I should probably go grab more torches though. Do I even have torches over here? I ended up using like 3 stacks of torches just wandering around lighting things up, which I ended up wandering, of course, like way too far and still lit things up, even though, like, of course no one's gonna actually be there. But still. It's pretty to light things up, and if I'm just spamming torches, I don't have to worry about the whole procedure with the blocks and the moss carpets, which I will end up having to do more around here because I'm insane and can't stop myself. Yeah, sheep boats. Boat sheep. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of moss. This is a moss-heavy society now. I can just leave this stuff here, and then I'll probably end up having to set up some chests over there instead for convenience. Oh yeah, I was also gonna do a path, like a prime path extension towards the Fox Sanctuary. Maybe I'll do that when I have to do the prime path all the way to the emo barn as well, though. Because then I'll be able to connect over to the areas in the flower forest. Because I did extend it up here towards the windmill. And now I'm thinking of doing a little area where it's like on stilts and you go like down and then around the waterfall and then back up, like following the curve of the hill, and then you go like to the side up here and then maybe around this way, and then you can go towards the emo barn, but then the emo barn will also have some paths from the flowering area, because that area has a lot of paths and they don't really go much of anywhere because no one lives over there as much anymore. It used to be like the first day I was like, I want to move over there, but I think a lot of people are going to, so I won't. And then now it's like a ghost town with like 2 or 3 people. So that's a time. What? There's just a hole here. Oh, I forgot to put my master volume back up. I knew I was forgetting something. Fair. I saw the that there was a new like area, and it was really nice looking already. Like I saw the walls were starting to come up and stuff, and then of course all the cats came to flock, as they do. Because the real menace of this server is the stray cats. Which, of course, we can only blame God for. Truly. Nothing like living in a society where you can... Oh my god. Of course. Sometimes these things just happen, and they're just a bunch of stray cats. One day they'll all be tamed, maybe. Either that or they'll become lore relevant, and that's when we really are in trouble. The day those cats become lore relevant is a dark day indeed. And that's just how it be. They're one of the plagues we're getting. I think I said that before, but they're like one of the plagues. And like, not the worst plague to have. Gonna be real. Could have worse. Oh my god, I remember that. Oh, that was hilarious. And I was losing it a little bit inside, like, oh my god. Yeah, a pretty decent kind of plague. Mid plague. Pretty okay plague. Mediocre plague. Kind of popped off with the boobos, as they say. Boobos from my plague. Me when I get the bubonic plague. Oh, you know, this is boobos from my plague. Is it getting... Yeah, it's definitely getting darker. I'm gonna have to bring a bed over. Definitely gonna have to flatten it out at least a few more layers. But I'm also gonna have to light up the area surrounding it. remember. I don't think so. You'd think you'd remember that. What? Oh, it's a sword in a stone, okay. That just exists sometimes. Sometimes these things just exist and we have to live with it. I love mildly terraining the landscape by fixing up the, like, mob griefing. It's so mindless and very good, because I just have to, like, replicate what's already there. Mostly, instead of, like, coming up with my own, like, new terrain. Enderman, please. This is Juice's will. Juice is like, yeah, let's mildly inconvenience these idiots. Let's get their asses. And then the Endermen are like, oh, yep, definitely. And oh my gosh, the Endermen on the trees where it's harder to access them. Oh yeah, of course they're stealing flowers as well. My magnolias! Oops. You don't need to look at that. Let's all just pretend that happened. That didn't happen. Did not strip that tree on accident and have to replace it with dirt. And then terraform to conform to my own mistakes. That's just, didn't happen. Yeah, this spouse head was not always here. Oh yeah, I've given up on non-violence, especially in the Nether, because they'll just carry a mushroom somewhere and then be like, "Yup, this is gonna cause problems now," and I'm like, "Okay, I can't handle this. I can't deal with this," and then I just have to murder. Especially because they ruin the terrain. Like I've tried to fix up a bit of the Nether terrain around our spawn area, mostly. And it's like the most useless task because we're not planning another hub or anything. But still. The Nether is a nightmare. It's a burden and a curse. But sometimes when I'm there just trading with my piglins, I'll go and fix up some areas. Because of course, like, it's inevitably gonna be exploded, and I can't even blame people, because I'm sure I probably caused some explosions there too. We have a different plugin now for night sleeping, and it's the strangest thing to, like, suddenly change, but then also, of course, set me off. Like, my brain is like, ah, this is different, we're gonna suffer now. Yeah, it's either different or it's gotten an update. Because it definitely wasn't like this before. With the, like, particles it now shows up. And everything. Let's just, here, you can have the dirt, and I'll take I'm gonna store some of this dirt. I don't need all of it. I just noticed everything because I'm like, oh wow, this is different, this hurts me. I'm gonna have emotions about it, even though it doesn't matter at all. I'm gonna need... Do I keep... I don't have any more torches here. Of course I don't. That might be enough. Who knows? Life is a mystery. Yeah, this is my little quarry area, and I haven't really done much in it. I mined for a bit more deep slate that I'm not gonna use, probably, and I've got all fully grown crystals here. that I have not been farming properly. I just kind of passively. If I need more, I'll definitely get more, but not the end of the world to not do it, you know? What was I doing? I need to light up that area, and I also need to set out my idea for the barn. And I need to clear out and level out the landscape the way I want. Which should be simple enough. I mean, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Tinted glass is hell. I was collecting a bunch of it to redo the glass for the creeper spawner, which I don't know, there's some issue with the creeper spawner, but it's like, there's already like 2 double chests of gunpowder. No one's gonna run out of gunpowder anytime soon. So I'm like, whatever. I don't know, it's just like, I don't see any creepers spawning in it, I think. I think I see only, like, spiders, usually. And even then, they don't seem to, like, actually die. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not properly around it enough as well, but I figured at least passively there would be a few, even if I'm not in the ideal AFK spot, you know? But yeah, getting the tinted glass for that was a time and a half. And then I also was using some tinted glass for the catacombs of the arena. And some black glass for that as well, because I of course decided to do the fog effect in an area where you can't even look over the railing to see the fog, because I'm a genius. And no one's ever questioned my intelligence in my entire life. That's just how it be, though. It's just how it be sometimes. It's fine. I will replant some birch trees, probably, in a bit, because I did have to take some down earlier as well for terraforming reasons. So basically my concept idea for this is all of the, like, supporting around the outside of the barn, all of those supports are going to be in the shape of a large rib cage made of bone blocks. And then the support beams inside are going to be, like, dark oak logs that go up and brace against the rib cage itself. And then all the fences are probably either going to be birch or dark oak as well, because I'm going to keep birch as a, like, contrast, kind of. And it's going to be sick. It's going to be epic. As long as I get the shapes right. I just need to make sure I can make a big enough rib cage, because it's going to be a slightly rounded shape, and I had not anticipated that. I was thinking of doing more of a rectangular shape, but the idea just came to me, and I'm like, well, now I can't not do it. That's a sick as hell idea. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. I just have to actually do the darn thing, which is always the hardest part, of course. That's already so much dirt. Why is there so much dirt all the time, everywhere? Pain and suffering. Hell on earth. So much dirt all the time. Here. Terraforming. Yeah, terraforming always takes so much dirt, and you never expect to have such an influx of dirt when you're actually, like, breaking away the land. And you're like, cool. But then, of course, there are people who, when terraforming, are like, well, time to get rid of all this garbage dirt, because who uses dirt? And then later they're terraforming, and they're like, oh no. Which, fair, I've probably done that before. Like, not thought about how much I'd probably need something and tossed it. Which, now I just don't toss anything ever, really. And then they steal dirt from the gosh darn river. Or they steal huge globs of clay and just leave big holes in it anyway. And it's like, cool, great, thank you. Love to see it. I was terraforming some of the river again, just the other day, I think. Maybe yesterday, before I was streaming. I don't remember. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the hardest thing to terraform. You don't have to make it too good because, of course, no one looks at it that closely because it's under a river, but still. I like making it look at least decent. Oh, Enderman, my beloved. Why are they doing this to me specifically? This is a pointed attack. These Endermen who attack the landscape for no reason other than to harm me in particular. Juice is like, get his ass, and I'm like, oh no. Why do I hear boss music? Truly, I would. But then they'd hit me with the Uno reverse of, hey, do you know that you're a Warden hybrid? And I'd be like, oh no. The Uno really is reversed this time, boys. And they're like, yeah, you're one of the most dangerous creatures. And I'm like, sweet, fuck. I didn't even know this. Truly a fatal Uno reverse move. Getting my ass. That's when I realized. I wonder, I don't know if the people of Ender Meadows, like, canonically, like, care about Juice. Like, they should, right? Like, I think someone was cursed by Juice to be, like, an Endermite or something similar, partially. I can't remember who. Ah. Yeah, I've thankfully avoided being cursed by anyone, but I think that's partially due to building a huge arena and in canon being like the person who restored the arena just because they saw it and wanted to make it safe to traverse. So that might help my chances of not being cursed. I think in fact I've been like technically, no, my kid was the one that got blessed by Nerd. And I was like, okay, yeah, but that's a toddler and they don't understand what the concept of God is. And they're like, yeah, but it's still a toddler. And I'm still blessing them. And then, of course, a glitch happens and I lose my child. And I'm like, cool. And then I don't bother getting him respawn so I can incorporate into my sad, sad lore. I am nothing if not a creator of angst. Ooh, this might be a good area for, like, a side path. Like, yeah, like a path going through here with the lanterns that I've made. I've made a lantern design that I really like. But yeah, my character has a backstory for sure. It's a time. Yeah, the like deep slate and copper lamps I've been doing, I really enjoy them. But I haven't had more chances because, of course, there's not more of the path to fill up. And I don't want to go too close to Nitriteberg because I don't want to, like, encroach on their land and build on it when I'm not really, like, a citizen, you know? Plus, they have their own, like, lamps. Myrrh had a really good design and used it well. Oh, I love Minehut ads, I lie. I lie and say I love them. Oh, and then this is gonna be surrounded by the white trees. Oh, it's gonna be such a good contrast. Silence brand. Encounter the might of F3 plus D, because that just clears chat for me. I had to, like, look up what it was, because I knew it was possible to do it, because Technoblade did it on one of the, like, lore things, where they, were messing around in chat, and, like, kind of breaking the immersion. So, I tend to do it from time to time, just because, yeah, laptop moment, as one Mr. Boo would say. I got my Ranboo merch, so now I'm a filthy MCYT stan in public. But yeah, the jacket is far, I don't know, it's bigger on me than I expected it to be. I don't know why I expected it to be so small on me. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm just wearing my Technoblade shirt now because it's too warm in here to have the full Letterman jacket. But I also did get the locket, which I now have. And I don't know what picture I might put in it to, like, cut out and, like, put in it. I don't know. I don't know what pictures people usually put in lockets, but I guess I'll just keep the anime Ranboo and live with it. And if someone's like, oh, do you have like a sweetheart that you put in your locket, then I'll just be like, no. Yeah, that's a strong contender. That or like a picture of one of my cats. And they could just be like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, I'm deeply, deeply in love with them. And then I just show a picture of my cat and I'm like, I will die for them. And everyone's like, okay. That's normal. Oh, there's so many creepers. Oh, don't ruin landscape. Creepers. Oh my gosh, I had forgotten how to, like, at one point I was farming creepers during a thunderstorm. So I was striking them with lightning and everything, and I had forgotten the trick to, like, killing stuff with the creepers by, like, making sure to lead the creepers into water. Instead, I was just, like, blowing them up, and then I was like, oh, I have to terraform this. And then I fixed it all. But still, at the time, I was like, man, this is taking so much effort. And then I remembered, I'm like, wow. Literally will facepalm currently because I can't deal with how ridiculous that is. Just to completely forget something. But it just doesn't rain here on the server much. Which I don't know if they, like, turned it off and then at one point it was turned back on for lore. So then that's why I could use it. I don't remember. It used to rain, like, all the time. I don't know. Feels like it just never does anymore, but it always feels like that. Either you're on a server and it feels like it rains too much, or it rains too little, and you'll never have a happy medium. Really. Because it's something you only use, like, if you've got a trident, and you're able to utilize either a thunderstorm or just any rain. Which, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. I've gotten distracted, and now I'm lighting up areas. Instead of actually doing anything constructive with my time. But that's how it is as well. Oh yeah. Honestly, if I tried to play Bedrock, I just know everything in Java. So if I tried to play Bedrock and I'd be like, why can't I do this? And someone's like, that's just not in the game. And I'm like, but why? But why? Like, it's better constructed, of course, because it's not made of the, like, spaghetti code that Minecraft, the beginning is the basis of Minecrafts are. Oh, that's pain and suffering, what? But, like, Bedrock is obviously, like, built better, and they're able to do much more with it, evidenced by the marketplace and all that. People are able to create a lot more, but there's still not the modding potential that people tend to have on Java. And it's just like two separate communities under the same banner, so then people won't understand. And then of course everyone who's like, there's not as much content creation on Bedrock that's like extremely popular. Which is wild, because it's like, yeah, this is literally the same game. You'd think it'd have an even split, but no, everyone's used to Java. And then of course a lot of people are used to what, if they're like older in the community, they're gonna be used to Java. And then there's going to be a lot younger community playing Bedrock, unless of course you manage to get some like free, I think there's like a free Windows trial at one point, which I think I used, I don't remember. But yeah, it's like, it's kind of two audiences, but then it's also kind of the same exact audience, because like, what are you gonna do? Like, just not pay attention to something because it's on Bedrock? Oh, that's sick. Unfortunately, I got Java back in the day, and I don't think Bedrock even existed. Yeah, I got Java at least like 5 years earlier than that. Oof. Minecraft used to be free. Like, it used to be a fully free game, and some people still have accounts that they got for free. And then now, you pay like $30, and it's worth the $30, you know? It's a good game. And since it's such a sandbox and you have literally infinite potential, it's like worth the money, but also like at this point I probably wouldn't like spend my own money. I'd wait and have an adult who has actual money, not me, who doesn't have money, actually buy it. But if I were getting it now, I'm sure my parents would, or like whoever, like my sibling or my parents or whatever, would screw up and end up accidentally getting me one version when I wanted the other. Oh, I blew that up. What? That sucks. I hate when people try and do things through Amazon. It's like, dude, you could just have something that's not relying on a full other party that I now have to deal with their customer service. And it's still gonna impact what I think of your product. Like, I don't know. I just don't do anything on Amazon. I just don't use Amazon. I probably should find, like, make sure to get my sibling's account because I think my sibling has Prime. So then, I think that's like the family account. And then I could, Prime subscribe to someone on Twitch, which knowing me would be Sneak Snag because I cannot resist. Yeah. I am not immune to Funky Blue Guy. Little freak man. This music makes us sound way more intense than it is. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna have to probably change it back to silly, goofy Undertale music or whatever. Yeah, Sneeg's literally the best. I'm very upset that I managed to miss some of his stream today, but I did miss it for the sake of lore. So, like, who's the real winner? We get... Ooh, that's good. We get some Eret lore. I lose out on a bit of, Sneak content, so I'll have to watch his VOD where I can't see if he's hear any, like, DMCA music if he's playing it, but I have to live with the consequences of my actions. Jay has the full, VOD for, Eret's thing now. I think they're downloading it now because just in case it gets muted for DMCA, you know? Which, good. It's good. And the lore itself is after, the initial, like, I don't know, half an hour to 45 minutes of basically solo monologuing and also, like, investigating, then Eret's mostly, just... what is it, like preparing for what is going to happen tomorrow because it's scheduled to happen tomorrow and I'm gonna probably end up, like it's at noon tomorrow in sometimes and it's at like 3 p.m. PST sometimes. But then also there could be an early bird stream today, tonight, or like in the morning or whatever for Australians and Asians from Philza. So I'm like, you want me to stay up or you want me to go and watch your lore? Like, pick, please, because you have my fucking faves. Like, the only reason I've, like, stayed on my own watching things for so long was Technoblade. And then you've got all the others, like, on their bullshit. And then you've got Eret, which I can't resist Eret and their lore. Not at this point. I've been driven in too deep by Chaos's propaganda. Chaos has got my ass. And now I'm, like, obsessed with Eret as a character, even though I haven't caught so many of their streams because they don't stream as often. And then when they do stream, sometimes I don't catch them. And I'm like, oh, I'm missing a rare opportunity, but also I don't go back and watch VODs. Ugh. I am not immune to Chaos, just in general. And then Chaos is out here with the propaganda for the king. Is this one of my foxes? Fuya! Fuya, what are you doing? I don't have anything. Oh my god, Fuya. I don't know how to pronounce most of the names, so I just kind of wing it. And for Fuya, I just say it as if it's the, in Spanish, Y, with the 2 L's. Because that's how you say things. At all. They're all Norse names, so it's definitely not how you pronounce it, probably. but I'm just vibing and trying my best. It's a banger name nonetheless. Oh, there's so many fucking berries just scattered around because of these goddamn slob children. Hello. Goodbye. I still need to get an Arctic fox. I don't know where's the nearest area for doing that, though. Like, off the top of my head. I could probably find one, because I know there's one at least somewhere close to my, not close, like a couple thousand blocks, but still a tundra near my, island. And it's mostly by ocean, so I could use a, what is it? A boat, and I'll have to look up if, like, I breed it with a regular fox, I'll get maybe a chance of an Arctic fox, or if I'll have to find two and then bring them both back, because my life is pain and suffering. Fuyo, where'd you go? Where'd you go, my darling baby angel? Where are you? Where could you have gone off to? Hello? Oh, I'm having a funny fox moment for sure. Hello? How far can you go? I just love losing things. I lose so many things. All the time. I'm gonna have to drop some of these, like, leave them out. Hello? Oh my gosh, my cat was yelling at me on one of my other streams and then knocked over, like, some stuff and, like, bumped into my keyboard or whatever and then crashed Minecraft for me. And I'm like, cool, I'm not in the middle of, like, saying things. Thanks. Fuya. There you are, there you are. You're all the way up there, huh? They probably found a chicken. Hi. Would you like some... You literally just have rocks in your mouth, huh? She's just living with rocks in her mouth. Like, yeah, this is an acceptable way to exist. I'm fine with this. Foxes are so silly all the time. You like the mossy rock? Oh my god. It's literally... Yeah, it is mossy cobblestone. You're on a Tommy Innit arc, Fuya. I don't know if I can appreciate this. I didn't raise anyone to be on a Tommy Innit arc aside from Blue. I can hear you eating it. Hello? Oh, now you're sleepy? Now you're so sleepy from your escapades. You're stuck in a... I love that you can pull them while they're sleeping. It's the stupidest thing. To just be like, yeah, here's my orb of... Oh, now you're eating... Oh my god. I can't have shit in Godling SMP. Even my foxes know this to be true. Come on. Come on, you're a silly little guy. You're eating dirt, you're covered in dirt and rocks, and you go in these same... Do I really have to bring you all the way around to the gates, huh? This idiot child, I am going to lose my mind. You're so grounded. Like, you don't even know what the concept of that is. You don't even know what discipline is, and you know you're being grounded, huh? Well, I don't have any extra fucking berries to lure you with. I was busy being cringe. Oh my god, unless I'll have to... Pulled you in, idiot. You'll never know freedom again. I'm a cringe fail streamer. Put this on the highlights. Oh, look at them sleeping under my tree, though. I'm so proud that they sleep under the little tree. It's the happiest thing in my life. Oh, my sweet little babies. They sleep under the tree in the dirt. Or they sleep under the thing I make. Some of my foxes may legit just be dead because of that creeper blast, but I don't know which. Hello? So, like, I just kind of live like that. Where's Frederick? Is you Frederick? Is that why you're running from me? That's probably Frederick. That's why they run from me. They don't trust me like the ones that I bred up do. I got so sidetracked. That goddamn fox really just, like, came in here like, hey, you paying attention? You on task? What an idiot. I'm gonna get your ass. So you've chosen death for this. What was I doing? I need to, grab my bone blocks. And I'll probably have to grab some, is there more bone blocks? There's more bone blocks. Did I only bring 2 stacks? I should have more. Yeah. And I'm just like, pauses, Griffin McElroy voice, I've forgotten my boy. And I have to run back into the darkness. Okay, this one leaf block, I'm going to go insane and I'm going to kill and stab and murder, and I'm going to actually... Nothing is real. There is no boundary that I won't cross for the sole purpose of this. I now know peace. I love the sound of the bone blocks. They just go like ding, ding, ding. Hey, idiot. Idiot, go up. Idiot. Idiot man. You're an idiot man. Idiot. Go through. Oh my god. Minecraft mobs are like a special kind of stupid that like you can only love at one point, and people like used to call it derpy, but yeah, it's a stimmy noise. Some of the good noises, they've made some high quality noises where I'm sure if someone made like a stim noise account that's just the audio files, it would be good as hell. And like a repeating audio file of like whatever, whether it's like breaking deep slate or like placing what is it, certain blocks that make good noises, or like walking on netherite. Walking on netherite blocks is one of the best things ever. I wish they would rework some of the older sounds, because currently it's like, yeah, if it's a newer sound, you're gonna get better audio design on it. But if it's older, it's gonna kind of sound a bit bad. Why is that one sideways? My life is a nightmare. Oh, excuse me. I love that you can make them directionally. At one point I was building with bone blocks on a different server for a like birdcage build I was doing, which was I had done the like curved tree that I did over by the Halloween bill, but I was also making a skeletal hand, which I had managed to make a pretty damn good hand. And it was like holding onto the top of the bird cage, and then you would and then the rest of the cage was made out of like quartz and iron, but I never managed to finish making the beginnings of the cage before I just kind of because my other friends also had bird cage projects that they were gonna do, but they never ended up even finishing their trees. And then I got banned, so then we all just kind of stopped using that server because it sucked anyway, apparently, if they will ban someone who, without all moderator input, because one of my friends was one of the moderators on that server. And I was like, okay, yeah. I've only been playing on your server for 2 years. I thought you'd have a better, like, you'd know my character more, as opposed to just, like, randomly banning me for what someone else says. Now the question is, do I make it symmetrical or do I bother with anatomical accuracy? Obviously I'm not going to be anatomically accurate, actually. I've decided, I don't care. I've decided there's no fucks to give. And I will expand out the landscape as needed, because everything at this point can be built around this. Now I'm gonna have to make sure that I have it. Do I do 1 or 2? Yeah, like, anatomy is so interesting. It was one of my favorite units. It was apparently one of the most difficult units, but I almost fucking aced it in biology, actually. Here, I'm gonna look up ribcage Minecraft fossil. See what people have built. Yeah, there's some good fossils in Minecraft. Like, it's really interesting that there are fossils at all, to be honest. And then they just increased the, like, rate that you're gonna find some because... Yeah, like, what made that? Why is that so big? What could it be from? Because not all of them are, like, accurate to anything in Minecraft or in anything. And it's like, okay, pop off. What are you even trying to do but pop off? I guess. Oh, this area is such a nightmare to light up. And then it's gonna be even worse when I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be a good idea to fill it in with the moss blocks. Yeah, and it's so wild and cool. And of course people are like fully dismissive of it because in their head they're like, oh, Minecraft is a sandbox game, so there can't be any background lore. But there's like, then what the hell's the end poem about? It's not just a pretty poem. It's like, what the fuck is this? How can you just suddenly do this to me? I literally sobbed and cried when I first read the end poem, which was, I was like 16, I think. Maybe 17 at best. Because I had seen the end poem before, but it was when I was like 12, so I didn't remember it at all. So it really did get my ass and make me cry. So I'm planning on having it connect, and then it's going to go down, and then it's going to curve up, and probably it's going to be like the like tinted glass that like connects it in the front as a roof on this main walkway. So then you can look up and see the stars or the sun. I think 4 would be good because I'm planning on having it between each bone is a stall. Like it's defined by the bones. So I think this long because then I'm going to have it also here because it's curved. So I can have it here and also this. Yeah. This is such a cool idea that, like, when I had it, I was like, well, I can't not do this. Literally, I just can't, like, not do this. Well, I have to... Is this curving enough? Oh, but it's not a symmetrical curve. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose it right now. I could, but I want it to also, like, I also want this. But that looks like a full curve, kind of. Huh. But the thing is, this is the sternum. This is the sternum. Usually when people make the fossils, they have the sternum and like... No, this is the spine, not the sternum. And they have the spine at the top, so then it like is encasing you and you're closed in. But I want it to be like a barn where animals are, so it's not like supposed to be menacing like that. It's gonna be cool, because I'm gonna have all the skeletal horses. And they're gonna be like, wow, what's this? It's like when you put a gingerbread man in a gingerbread house. They're like, I wonder what this is made of. I think this curve is fine. And then I just have to replicate it a bunch of times. I'm thinking, well, how much space does a horse need? Because I'm probably gonna have it be here is the wall. Yeah. Like this is the wall, and then you have these like out and like defining and adding, it's gonna add a bunch of depth. It's gonna add so much depth. People love depth in Minecraft. Oh my god, one of the things I was building for my hardcore thing, I was in roleplay building it, so I couldn't be like, oh my god, this doesn't have depth, I have to fix it. So instead I just made the shack like, it's more flat, and that also makes it look more like rudimentary, which helped. But I get to build another house because I lost and died like 12 times so far. Because hardcore is a time. Really is something, you know? It depends on how many I can fit. So if I do 3, then I'm going to have 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then 2, 3. Is that? No, this isn't. Oh my god, I love being able to count. Yeah. You teach me about taste, and then M is the one who actually tells me like what things are. They're like, yeah, that's a creeper. And I'm like, oh, wow. Do I extend this, or do I change the dimensions of this? How many horses do I have to store? I should figure out how many horses I have to store before I decide on how much storage I can have for horses, you know? Because I already do have a defined amount of horses. Over at the stable, where I'm keeping them. Yeah, I have many. I was literally just like on my way to collect foxes, and I kept finding skeletal horses and donkeys, and I was like, well, I can't just leave them here. Also, do I have dirt? Yeah, because I think I left this crater. Someone left this crater for sure. And it's like, yeah. And like the skeletal horses are cool as hell, but of course, yeah. Thanks to Wilbur. Shocking. What was it? I think Wilbur also spawned, some parrots, or maybe that was someone else. Like, they're cool, but there's so much potential for them that Mojang is not addressing. Like, you could have so much more with them. Like, to improve their stats, or to make it somehow that you can forcefully turn your horse into a skeletal or a zombie horse. And to actually add zombie horses into the game, because they look good as hell. They already have audio files, and they're spawn eggs and creative anyway. Like, why not have them? And since they're like a full horse, maybe they can wear like only leather horse armor because they're too weak to carry anything else, but they still can wear armor, unlike skeletal horses, because it makes sense they can't wear armor. Why do they need armor? They're just bones, you know? But we should be able to, like, adjust their stats by, like, if you strike your horse with lightning, it'll be a dead horse, but with the same stats. Like, with lightning, it makes sense because these are also spawned in thunderstorms, and then maybe in some other format with, to make it a zombie horse. Maybe your horse gets attacked by, like, maybe if you forcefully, like, I don't know. Maybe if you do something similar to, like, the ritual you have to do to purify villagers. Yeah, or drown them, because it's already, like, you have to purposefully, like, make sure they drown, because it will, like, knock you off. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But the 12th one is my own horse. This is Dust, and he's mine, and I love him. He's my first skeletal horse. And the rest of these are my horses as well. This is Starlight, but in here. Because I always name my first horse Starlight, and that's why I've named one Starlight in the hardcore series. And then I died, so then and then ended up spawning near some horses that were identical to Starlight, so then I was like, okay, I found Starlight again. And I was right by a village anyway with a saddle, and I was like, great, this is so convenient and, like, plot accurate to, like, just random things that end up carrying through. But then, of course, my character is very sad about donkeys, and is like, are you Gus? Hi. Or, not Gus, Guy. And, like, is just, like, really sad about it all the time. Are you Guy? And he's like, and they're, like, so sad all the time, and it's like, okay, King, like, you can... Like, you don't understand mortality, and you don't even understand that you're the one dying, so, like, this is understandable that you don't understand that these things aren't permanent. Because there are various reasons I've been toying with as to why they don't understand all this. I'm saying he, but, like, they're gonna end up using neopronouns. I just have to find the right... Hi, Patches! I just have to find the right set of, like, neopronouns, you know? I'm thinking something with, like, void, because that's relevant to some of the ideas I have that I've kind of set up a bit, but, you know, can't fully set up anything. Oh, Patches, so I finished the Fox Sanctuary, actually. Like, fully. And it's very nice. There's may have been one creeper explosion, we don't need to talk about it. And I fixed up the custom tree over here, and then now there's all this area for them to roam free. So I've begun working on another project which I've been referring to as the emo barn, and that's where I'm keeping all the skeletal horses that I've been collecting. which I actually have 12, so I'm going to have 6 stalls on each side if I want to fit them all. And then I'm also going to have like a side padlock that I might make out of like birch, like stripped birch maybe, and have that be like like strip birched like supports, and then dark oak walls walls or fences, so that I can keep all the extras that we end up getting. But currently we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side, so I think I can actually just... The thing is, I could keep going this way, and that's like more easy, but instead I might just go this way and affect the terrain this way, because I will need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go out 4. But yeah, this is going to be a ribcage, and it's going to go around as like a support thing, and then I'm going to use tinted glass in the middle as a roof, but then I'm also going to use dark oak. I'm currently just using birch logs because it's right here when I was tearing down some trees that got in my way. But other than that, it's going to be really cool. Because it's got like, I wanted to use bone. I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I want to use bone as a support. And I was like, well, why not just make it something that's supporting it out of bone? That like makes sense, and I can't do something like a skull because 1, that's hard, and 2, it doesn't really fit as well as with what kind of aesthetics I'd be going for. Because I still want it to be resembling a barn or a stable in some fashion. And then with the contrasting colors, the dark oak and the bone and potentially birch is going to look really good as well. Because the contrasting colors will draw your eye, because the other things over there, I've got some contrast with the cyan and the deep slate and all that, but then I also don't have, like, anything contrasting. Yeah. The Goblin skull moment, yeah. I'm gonna have some, like, real... Here's my horse skull that all these horses live in. They don't even understand what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to back this up a bit more than I am. Also I have a bed I want to place down somewhere. There. Might as well not, like, keep it in my inventory. It's just taking up space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then... This is gonna take so much effort for, like, only aesthetic purposes. Like, literally, I could just not do this. But I can't resist. Once I get an idea like this, I just cannot stop myself, especially if I, like, convince myself about how cool it is. And, like, this one is cool, so... Might as well just do the darn thing. Yeah, about here. And then here, and then... It's gonna be fun. And then I'm also gonna clear up some of that clutter on the main path, but you know, I don't have anywhere to put those donkeys, so I might need a different stable. I might need to build a whole different stable for the donkeys, or I'll have to keep them in a padlock, like, near it. I don't know. Either way, it'll be fine, because I do want to breed up, like, a good horse at some point, but currently I just don't have any good horses or motivation, and I don't know how I'll fully measure once I do start actually breeding up good horses, you know? Because there are plugins and such I could, like, use on client side to figure out, like, the movement speed of a horse or whatever. And then it's easier to test, like, the jump and look at the health and all that, but still. It's effort, and I don't enjoy effort. It sounds like something that ends up taking time and effort, and I'm like, no, I'd rather just waste all my time grinding for something that I don't need, as opposed to actually putting in coherent thought. So that's why I'm, like, collecting all this stuff that I don't need, but will eventually probably need. Like, I have a ton of coral now, which I mindlessly dug up, like, just the other day. Yeah, I don't know how precise they'll let it happen, you know? I would just have to do it by feel, and then I'm also not good at figuring out when it's like, oh, this is a fast horse or whatever. Like, I just don't know the standard. Like, I can definitely tell if something's a bit slow, but on a basis, they tend to go about, like, sprinting player speed, I think, as, like, as an average, they go, like, a sprinting player speed or a bit higher, so I don't know. But, you know, I've collected like a bunch of stuff. Like, I've collected so much copper and deep slate and whatever and what have you. So, eventually I'll end up using it or let someone else use it, and then they're able to pursue whatever projects they want without having to worry about resource collection, which makes it even easier and more satisfying because they're able to get to the project they want to do, you know? I'm gonna definitely need more bone blocks, so I have to go to... Oh, yeah. We've got definitely plenty. I'm so glad I set up the skeleton spawner. Yeah, copper mining in 1.17 is hell. Once we find a good dripstone cave, oh my god, we're gonna lose our minds. Like, I'm just gonna collect so much copper. It's gonna be an obscene amount of copper. I'm gonna build like a whole castle of copper. And no one can stop me. I don't know. I want to do something big with copper, but I can't really think of anything, you know? My one thing I've built with copper is the roof of that, and then I was like, well, I could build something here, and I wanted to build a windmill anyway, so... Because, like, my ideas for my, like, futuristic city, like, in my mega build, are mostly concrete, which is not the easiest block to get, but I can still trade with piglins for a lot of gravel and use TNT to get a ton of sands anyway. So it's not the biggest of deals. But something like copper wasn't even an idea in my head, which I guess it'll be good for the green and blue districts, because I plan on separating the districts in, by color. Like having a, spiraling, color-based, like, you can see what district you're in. Like, you're in the villager district, because it's all green, and you've got emeralds everywhere, and you're in the, you're in the, like... market district because it's red and there's a ton of pretty red banners floating in the wind of this underground huge cavern. And then at some point when you get to the area where it's all black and you can't find any of that vibrant color, then you know you're in trouble. And it's like, yeah, that's good set design. Like, you can figure out when you're not wanted there very quickly. Because there is going to be intentionally, like, you're going snooping, you're gonna get stuck somewhere. And you're not gonna be able to find your way out, because even if it looks like a maze, there's no beginning and no ending. Just, you know, spirals. As you do, because you stay on brand. Okay. Yeah, I'm out here murdering. I'm plotting. I'm scheming. I, like, do have plans if I ever end up having to take some kind of morally gray or villain arc. But that's just how it is. Like, currently my character, as far as lore goes, is pretty, yeah, is pretty neutral, you know? And definitely, like, has not made any enemies and has only made allies, technically, by giving people anything they want, literally. To the point of even giving people, like, incredibly rare items. But since it's not rare to me, I don't care, apparently. I'm gonna have to set up all of these instead to face them the proper horizontal way. That's gonna take effort. I love doing that. Oh yeah, I finally started taking one of my college courses. Very interesting. Looking at, art history again. I loved my other art history course, and I loved this one too. So far, it looks like the modules and the way it's all set out is actually pretty simple. So I'll definitely be able to pass. As long as my, my other class doesn't kick my ass or something. Or my ass gets kicked for unforeseen other reasons. But, you know, that's just how it is. You can never judge and, like, figure out exactly how something's gonna happen, even if it does seem simple. This mule just lives in the ground. That's the dirt mule. He lives among the dirt and the rubbish, where he belongs. Well, this area is all dark. No wonder I had extra torches. I'm gonna have to make more torches. I love suffering and pain. Do I have sticks? I have 6 sticks. Great, love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Size, because I have so much to do. Because I give myself a goal and then I have to do the darn thing. Like some kind of person who achieves what they want to do in life. No, I want stone so I can throw this in here, and I don't care about this, and I want to go back. But yeah, having to take physical notes. It took like 4 pages to do just 1 week's worth of notes, which I managed to do in like the space of a few hours today, so that's good. And I was only like a day late on the assignment anyway. And I've got like an entire week now to do the other assignment. As my other class starts up. Yeah, it's a really simple, like, the way that they laid it out is such, like, an obvious, like, system to understand, and it's, like, an obvious routine, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I love routines, give me that shit, I know what the hell I'm doing now, and, like, the way that they format it is a way where it's, like, it's not like you don't have to get textbooks or anything, which I hate when people have to give you, like, you have to buy a textbook for something, even if it's a subject you don't care about, or you already know. And textbooks are expensive and stupid anyway, because everyone should probably pirate them if they can. But, you know, that's just how it be. Textbooks might why. Okay, up 3. And then, I don't have another block. I need a scaffolding block of some sort. Be able to properly do this unless I just... Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna need one here and here. Yeah, that looks good. This requires so many bones. I would not be able to do this if we didn't already have a bone farm and an excess of bones. And then there's also some of the stuff like, I just toss my extra things into one of the automatic composters that I left in the farm area. And it's so easy to just be able to get rid of items, but then also know that I'm like actually using them. Instead of just like throwing them into lava or something. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then you go down and then that way. And now I have another dirt block for my scaffolding over here. One, 2, 3. Up, up, 1, 2, 3. Once you figure out a pattern with a build, you're like definitely in it. And you like know you're gonna be able to get, is that a zombie I saw? No, it was the river. You're like probably gonna get it right the first try because it's just like doing a thing symmetrically or something. And it sucks when you like finally figure out the like pattern of a build and you're like, well, I finished building it and I don't plan on building a replica of it. So this is just like, okay, now I have a useless pattern in my head to know. And then I'll forget it, and then the next time I want to build something similar, I'm gonna just suffer. Oh, that's sweet, yeah. I loved, I watched a lot of anime for a while there. It's not really been my thing anymore because it takes so much energy to like pay a full attention to a show. So if I already know I'll like a show, then I'll probably rewatch it. Like at the beginning of quarantine, me and my sibling rewatched the entirety of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood because it's one of the best animes of all time. It's literally one of the best pieces of media, in my humble opinion. Like, my sibling's gonna get a Fullmetal Alchemist tattoo. And I might. Who knows? And one of my siblings' friends already has gotten that a Full Metal Alchemist tattoo as well. 2, 3. And it's like, it's one of the best. It's so well written. And like the way that it cycles around itself and the way that you understand what they're actually an allegory for in some sense is very good. Though of course not everyone wants to understand it's an allegory and instead are just like, oh yeah, funny magic. Alchemy. This kind of looks like a heart. I like that actually. 1, 2, 3. Oh, definitely, yeah. I definitely recommend it to anyone who's never seen it. It's very, very good. You have to make sure to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and not Full Metal Alchemist just like because that's like the 2003 version where they didn't know the full ending of the manga, so they weren't able to establish everything, and they ended up like fudging up and adding a bunch of extra plot points they didn't need to, and they didn't finish making it anyway. So you gotta make sure to find the one that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I think is on Netflix. There are some good animes on Netflix, not many, but some. I know they've got Ouran High School Host Club, which was, I think, my first anime, I'm gonna be real. Not the best anime, but doesn't fully stand up to the test of time, but it's very fun, and it's like one of those ones where you're like, wow, that definitely had some impact on how I view gender. Because, like, I was definitely like, yeah, I want to be like Haruhi when I grow up. Haruhi's so cool and has so many friends and can look however they want. And then now I'm just like, oh. And then, of course, there's some classic awful animes that I watched as well. And there was this one I watched that never got finished. And I was like, cool, I'm just gonna suffer now because you never finish your goddamn anime. Which I'm sure there was a manga out there I could have found, but it was Batum, which is like one where it's like there's a video game where everything is with bombs. Like you literally kill everything with bombs, and then they get some of the top players in the world on this remote island and set them up in the same exact format as the game. So now they're all stuck with a bunch of like special bombs, all fighting each other like to the death or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is sick. And it had some unnecessary romance, of course, as you do in an anime. But it was not the worst I'd ever seen, because I had seen some bad ones. Like, of course, Sword Art Online is definitely one of the worst animes I've ever seen. But I do love the, Oh, yes, Honey Senpai is the best. Honey Senpai's never done anything wrong. Oh, I forgot to do this side. But yeah, there's some bad animes out there, but still, it's not the worst thing in the world if you watch them or enjoy them. Like, some of the things I enjoy are bad, but it gives me joy, so it's fine. Yeah, you gotta watch some cringe things every once in a while to humble yourself. Hani and Mori Senpai were some of the best characters. Of course, all the characters were good. And I loved Haruhi, of course, because Haruhi is such a good protagonist. Haruhi is one of the best protagonists. Oh, this is very good so far. Fix that. That was driving me insane. I'll grab some chests and bring them over with what I think I might need. Maybe I should do, like, gray concrete powder and white concrete powder for part of the path there. And, like, part of the, like, dirt in the stables. Might be interesting. And gravel itself, of course. I've got a bunch of that kind of stuff. Where are my chests? I know I left some chests, I think. Did I? Or am I a fool? No, I knew I left chests. No, I just need one double chest. And then I can bring dark oak. Dark oak. Maybe I could add Could I add? No, I don't want to add any warped wood. No, I don't want spruce wood either. I kind of want this to be a primarily like wood build because a lot of stables are just wood. And it makes more sense. Like I could add like all this deep slate and warped wood and make it align with this, but I don't know. It seems like it'd just be a bit extra at this point. The fact that it's like as simplistic as I kind of envision it is... Ooh, yeah, it does look like curved and stuff over here. That's good. But it adds to part of the charm of like, oh, this is just a very simple stable. And that's all there is to it. I'm gonna need to grab some tinted glass. That might be enough. Definitely was a very interesting idea, but then I realized I couldn't use this area because if I wanted it to face a way that actually made sense, it would probably have to be somewhere over here. I think, if do skeletons get affected by soul sand? Because if they don't, then I don't think skeletal horses should be affected by soul sand. I'm gonna be real. Do I connect them here or do I go up one? Like, do I have my scaffolding? I don't have any I'm not using my scaffolding. I bring out like a couple stacks of it and then I don't use it. Or do I put it on this level? I don't need to. Good night. Talk to you later. No, this way actually connects it, and I think it looks nicer. I'm so glad that you don't need Silk Touch for tinted glass. It's weird, but it's just nice because you don't have to worry about it when you're building with it. Like you have to worry with other classes. Do I need more dark oak wood? Probably. And I definitely don't really want to use this because it'd be a waste of a resource. So I might want to just grab more logs. And I've got, I can farm the what have yous. The leaves if I want to. But well, I've already been streaming for like an hour and a half. I was thinking of not streaming as long because I streamed like 5 hours yesterday, which half of which was me ranting about stuff, but then the other half I was building. But you know, that was still a long time, and I think I started streaming a bit later this time, so. And I plan on catching some streams, because there might be a Philza stream tonight, or later. I don't know. And, then there's a stream earlier tomorrow morning. By earlier, I mean like noon PST, which is early for me and in my time, so, you know. That's just how it is. I'm a person with my priorities straight, clearly. Yeah, I was like, I was surprised that I hadn't like thought of it before and I hadn't seen anything like that before, because you'd think people would make like a custom barn for all their cool skeletal horses, but I realized that in most servers they probably don't have people goofing around in creative spawning a bunch of skeletal horses. So they'll just end up collecting them kind of by just like chance, because it's not the uh, easiest thing in the world to just collect a bunch of them, because I have currently 12. One of which is like an actual pet of mine who I have like emotional attachment to because it's the first skeletal horse I found. And then the rest of them can just like, I don't know, they're just ones I've collected. But yeah, it's a cool idea and it's like a good shape for a barn, even if you don't make it out of bones and make it look like a ribcage, you know? So maybe I could reuse the shape for some other kind of thing in a build in a different time. Or I could make it look like a ribcage anyway, but then make it out of like copper or something. And that's interesting as well. Because then you're going to have the copper aging and you're able to have a bunch of things that complement copper in either of its forms if you want it to be one form or another. Do I have it? There has to be a piece of wood stuck in there, isn't there? Yeah, I knew it. Leaves deteriorate way too fast for that to not be the case. Where's my, But yeah, I'm really happy with the idea. I was like, well, I guess I should start trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the barn and like terraform an area. And then the idea came to me and was like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Great. And that was like right as I had planned on starting stream, and then I couldn't for a bit, like for like 10 minutes, so I had to wait, and I thought about it during those 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking I kind of want... I might want to use slabs, like, I'll use stairs going along here so that's braced against this, and then slabs here so then this pokes out and is obvious. I have ideas and thoughts and feelings on this matter. Let's go. Let's go and start building. Let's just do the darn thing. And then I'll need, some stairs. And, well, probably that as well. Can make more stairs. And then I just want... I have to decide if I want it to be like this. Not like this, but like this. Or if I make it like this. Definitely by making it like this, like an upside down bench, you know? It like makes it look like these are like individual cells and like stalls, and they're built individually as opposed to like all being just this and then this happens to separate them. Oh, for a second I saw some grass and thought it was a monster, and I was like, oh no. Okay, so I definitely know... Oh. I changed my drop key, and it's been haunting me ever since. I changed it because I want to make Q my sprint key, even though I don't press to sprint. I still double tap W instead of toggling it, because I played back when you couldn't toggle it, and was like, yeah, I gotta do it the same way that I've always done it, you know? But now I am trying to progress into the modern age of Minecraft, even though I refuse to change my inventory key from where I put it at I, because it used to be I swear. And everyone has it at E now, but E is now my drop items. I just love being contrary, of course. And causing problems. How am I gonna spawn-proof this? Maybe I could put a, some kind of glowstone block or something in the top? What is that? Is it? Is YouTube? Yeah, YouTube's like pooping itself. Like, hey, are you still listening? Please tell me you're still listening. I hate that YouTube does that now. YouTube has just like kind of gone downhill, you know? Because back in the day, they had little to no ads, and now they will literally change their policies based on ads and what advertisers want. And it's like, okay, great. We know who you're pandering to, not the people who make you money, but the people who give you money, as opposed to the creators on your platform that actually make your platform worthwhile. You're gonna give it to people who are advertising their product on your platform instead. We understand. Capitalism real moments. Oh, and then I can, oh, cool, wait, I can go like, no, I don't want that. I want, and I want, yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. Just a sec. I have drank my water. I am sated. Oh, I have phantoms. Great. Yeah, this definitely makes it look very symmetrical and, like, intentional in a way that I didn't think of, like, I didn't worry about before, but... I'm very happy with how this build is going out. I mean, I usually wing literally all of my builds. I don't plan in creative. I just, like, do the darn thing. And I don't use any tools or anything, which some people might say is very dumb, but I just don't want to bother figuring out tools, like voxel or whatever kind of tools, like world edit even. I would just rather build it than worry about, like, even though in the long run it would be, like, advantageous to learn these things, I'm just, like, I don't want to. And then, of course, now I feel like I shouldn't build in creative unless I'm using those kinds of tools to make it more efficient as opposed to wasting my time. So I just don't plan anything at all and just wing it in survival every time. But that makes it special. It makes it feel like I'm doing it, like, organically and I'm, like, trying new things and learning as opposed to like, it not being as hands-on and, like, it's more theoretical. Because if I don't make mistakes, then, I don't know, isn't it, like, just human to make mistakes and have mistakes? And it makes the builds look more, like, unique and also makes them look like they're made by, like, human hands because it's got mistakes and it's not perfect. And definitely a lot of things humans create aren't perfect, you know? But, I mean, technically it's like an art form. Technically, like, Minecraft building itself is art, even if it's just you're doing architectural things or if you're actually creating things with an artistic intent. It's still, at the end of the day, is going to be art. But that's just the nature of when you create things in something like a world sandbox kind of a game. where you're giving so much and you create so much with it. I want slabs here. No, not there. I really should have gotten my scaffolding blocks, but... Could I do a... No, I can't fit a redstone lamp here. Oh, maybe I could do, this. I want... These all can face this. No, like this. These all can face this. I'll have a, lighting block in the center, like glowstone, and then I can have a round carpet on top, maybe? Could I make it a redstone lamp? No, I don't think so. Do trapdoors on top still block light, or do they not? I don't remember. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I keep goofing this one exact thing. I'm like, cool, great. Not losing my mind marginally over that every single time. Just a little bit more. Oh, I was gonna check my phone. Yeah, nothing. Okay. I really hope people like this. I'm sure they're gonna think it's badass once I post about it and maybe take some good screenshots. And now I can make a little side paddock thing and be like, here's where you can drop off all your extra skeletal horses you don't want, but you don't want to kill because they're skeletal horses. Little skeletal horse ranch. I can make some little custom like dead coral trees maybe. I've got a bunch of coral I can waste. I don't care. And it'll look good as hell. And maybe someone, if they want to do lore about it being some kind of like tribute to the current demigod that rules over death, then so be it. Which I could incorporate that into it and be like, hey, bud, want to come check out the thing I did? But they haven't been really involved, but that's primarily school reasons, which, fair. Yeah, that looks good. And then, I don't know, I'd prefer a redstone lamp to fit with the aesthetic, but I guess maybe a sea lantern also? It just depends on what properly fits in. Can I do it with... Could I make this out of... I'm like having concepts and ideas in my brain and I'm not like actually saying what I'm thinking. That's not what I want. Don't even bother me with that. I just want... Is that anything? Or I could have, No, that's definitely too much of the same thing, but maybe... Oh, definitely not. It doesn't even... Well, I could... Well, it doesn't mean anything. I think this is definitely my best chance. And then I want... Because I want them to go through, and then there's going to be, dark oak logs here? Maybe stripped. Does stripped work? No, I don't think so. I don't like it. I don't like the texture. Going with the other textures of the wood itself. It's either this or I do it with fences, you know? Maybe fences would look better because I'm doing this anyway. And then if I have this going across into here... No. Yeah, I like that way better, actually. I like the fences, because it doesn't block the, Oh, oops. It doesn't block the, bone right here, which I like way more. The bone part is supposed to be prominent for a reason. Which usually people don't say, you know? People usually want to keep their bones not prominent. Because, if it's prominent, that's probably bad for your health, you know? Maybe I'll have a sea lantern and then a chain hanging from it with a soul lantern. That'll definitely look good. And then I can vary the soul lantern itself to make it all seem less symmetrical than it actually is. Which it already is going to have a layer of not symmetrical because we're having animals, inside and as a feature of it. So, you know, the animals themselves aren't going to be, like, in line perfectly. I'm thinking of putting it in the actual, like, pillar. No, I'm thinking, yeah, I might put the actual pillar here. And then some, here. No, not that. But... Well, if it's just the thing, it's gonna... It's the most irritating thing in the world, actually, I've decided. No, I'll use stairs. That's what I'll use. Do I have stairs? I definitely have stairs. Where'd they go? I want more stairs, please. As many stairs as you can give me. Because then I can do this. And then I'll have this. And this adds to the depth. The kids love depth these days. Yeah, this tree is definitely in the way. Sorry, tree. You're not going to live past the night. Then I need the, yeah, I need this to go like this, and then this has become very intricate very fast. I thought I would have gone to bed by now, or at least left stream, I meant. Not gone to bed. That's not the right term for end stream. Did not phrase that right. Where's my there? And then I'll take these as well. Oh, this one's not this. This looks so good, actually. I've decided that this looks good. I only need 4 more, okay. We've done it. We've done it, friends. Managed to do at least that part. Actually, maybe some trapdoors inside here, like placing, like facing down. Not trapdoors here though, but at least some here. That would be 3 on each side, 6, 12. So I'll need 12 trapdoors. That's probably all my wood, actually. 11, no. Well, that's enough. I'll probably need more. I'll end up needing more knowing me. What the heck is it now? Oh, they keep giving me songs I don't even know. I just want the cool songs. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely need... I need 6, 12 more, okay. That requires... This is sick. It feels so open and airy, and it also kind of still feels like a skeleton. Here, I'm just gonna go to... Do I have any chains on here? I don't see any. That's definitely not enough. That's enough. Tomorrow I will work on the terraining around and a padlock for them. But today I think I will have literally just finished an entire structure, which I did not plan on doing in any sense. I planned on literally only getting maybe the landscaping done and probably getting distracted. Ooh, it's so sick. Kind of looks like a weird, like, cinnamon bun thing. Gonna be... Hello, sir? You're not a horse. Last I checked, that's not a horse. Okay, you're just using it for evil, huh? Horses might be able to get out of this. I don't know. If so, I'll have to change this and I'll cry about it. now it just barely lights up enough. That's fine. Now I can only do it once, one chain at least, because you're gonna hit your head if there's more. Oh, this is still spawnable. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. I've decided. This seems like a not tonight problem for me. Gonna be real. Well, good night. Ending stream right now. See ya.